Hi, it's Leslie Meredith with Breakbulk Events and Media. And here in the studio at Breakbulk Europe, I have one of our Green World Awards winner. This is Econowind from our eco-friendly equipment sector category. So congratulations on that big win.
Thank you. Very honored.
Yeah, well, I'm so happy. And I would just love for you to tell us about the company and tell us about what you do. And then we'll talk specifically about your winning entry.
Very good. Well, my name is Frank Nieuwenhuis. I'm a mechanical engineer by profession. Started the company 8 years ago together with Chrono Ships. So they had an idea to start sailing again, and we picked up on it. Start sailing to help by wind power to help propel ships. That was their idea, and so we do that now 8 years, and so we are very happy to win the award.
Well, I'm so glad. So tell us about this system.
So what we do is the basic thought is put sails back on ships.
Okay.
But of course, a normal sail is very big and you need ropes and people to pull the ropes. So that doesn't work. So what we do is we make something like an airplane wing and we put it up straight up. So if you put it straight up, the force doesn't go vertically but horizontally. And so by using a kind of airplane wing, and it's used like a sail and actually gives force, which helps the engine. The result is you can reduce your motor power a little bit.
Oh, that's interesting. By about how much?
It depends on the size of the wing relative to the size of the ship.
Okay.
We have one ship that is only 40 meters and it has a nice 10-meter wing, and then they are staying close to an oil rig. So they're kind of going 2-3 knots, very slow.
Yes.
And then they do almost 60% of the power come from this wing.
Okay.
Because a little bit of sailing then already works. But generally we plan it between 5 and 10%.
Okay.
So you try to get enough wings on so it will do something around 10% as a nice figure.
Okay. So some vessels might have up to how many wings?
Well, there's vessels with 4 wings, many,
okay.
yeah, and there's vessels with 2 and with 1 also. So
Sure.
yeah.
Okay. And what are the wings made out of?
They're made from aluminum, Yeah.
Okay.
like an airplane wing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was thinking in the beginning when I started designing, which material shall I use?
Right.
And then we said, well, airplane wings are made from aluminum, so why don't we make it from aluminum?
Yeah.
And of course, we are looking into steel as well. So we're now building bigger ones. They're up to 30-meter high, so they're quite big.
Quite.
And those we make now from steel. And also we're looking, of course, into composites. Everybody says, why don't you do composites like turbines? There has some advantages and disadvantages. So we actually, depending on the specific model, we do different materials. But most of them are aluminum.
Interesting. And what's the cost?
That depends very much on the size and on the shipper. Yeah, but what is important is what is the ROI? What is the
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
and
Sure.
that depends again. That is also not very clear because it depends on the laws and some like in Europe you have Fuel EU, generally 5 to 7 years, and in some cases if you have high-end fuels, it's 1 year. I mean, if you are sailing on ammonia or on hydrogen, then the ROI is 1 year. But generally, again, it's always difficult to say very much.
Sure. I understand.
5 to 7 years is good. That's what we make.
Okay. All right. So what's your next big project?
Well, the next big project is actually the first a real big one. That's the 30 meters. It's what we call the XL, and we do that in 24, 25, and 30 meter. And the first one we do 25 meter for a shipper in the Netherlands. And that's really, really big wing on a relatively small, still 120 meter. Still, it's a good size ship.
Yes.
But it's that's a good combination, those two.
That's
Yeah.
great. When will that come out?
That comes out. We have to get it on the water before the end of the year.
Oh, okay.
So we're actually in about 5 to 6 weeks. We are going to weld the foundation first, and then September, October we will finish the wing, and then we expect to put it on around October.
Oh, that's exciting. Will you have video?
Yeah, sure.
Will you send it to me?
Ah. Yeah, if you put it on the list, if you send me your email, then we will press release it, and we put you as press, and then we'll send it to you.
Thank you. Well, congratulations again on your win, and we look forward to
Yep.
watching the progress. Very exciting.
Good. Thank you very much.